Hello, hello. We're back with art for the first time in a long time. See, we'll do an 8 by 12. And we'll actually do it this angle. Hi, yes, I have stuffs now. I have stuff now. Isn't that cool? Also, I have a prop. I have a prop that I can bring on. Check this out. Let me just get this started. Look at this, look at that. There's so many things to look at. And boom! I can be cozy! I can be so cozy! Sorry that I was late. I had technical difficulties and had to restart my computer because my mic was not being detected by anything. But yes, I can be super cozy. But we don't need to be cozy today. How do I delete this? Do I just do that? Yes. We're here for art. I hope you get warmed up with whatever you're wrapped up in. Okay, so let's see. I need to get my reference. Let's see, I should have that on my iCloud. Assuming that I can log in. Yes, I'm going to be putting on background music. Oh God, that wasn't supposed to show. Well, shit. I should have done this earlier. I'll have to edit the video for that. Whoopsie doodle. No one saw it. Someone will see it though if I export the video. I'll have to edit the video. Crap. But yes, I'm going to put on some music in just a moment. Let's see. Let's bring up my photos so I can bring up my reference. There's my reference. And let's bring up music. We have the soundtrack by Twitch, where we can just listen to something like, I think I was going to try the chilled electronic again. So let's try that. So the volume should be hopefully okay for this. That's a little too chill. Maybe I'll put on some metal. That's better. That's better. That's not super chill. I don't need super chill. How's the volume for it? Significantly less chill. Yes, the other was way too chill. Way too chill. Well, that woke me up. I might switch it around later on, but for now we'll start with this. We'll get started with this. So, what do I have to do? I usually start with an orangish color, and I use the Procreate pencil to do my initial sketch in. Maybe do I want to do it more like this angle? No, because for what I'm doing, I think it's actually going to be a little better if I maybe increase yourself or decrease the music in the mix. Okay, let's decrease the music like, oh, it's coming through the desktop and it's not coming through that. That's why. Okay, let's just decrease it through here. Is that better? Is that a better mix for the, Oh, is this still too loud? That's too much? Okay, how about... Oh, down too much. Oh, okay. Let's set it to... Sorry. How's that? Is that better? That's in between the two. Yeah, okay, cool. So I got it at 30%. So let's just get started. Today I'm going to be drawing a picture of myself with the prince from Katamari. Let's see. Can I turn that into more of a circular shape? Good enough. It's too big though. Something like that should do good. Oh, do I look down at the iPad, sort of? That's kind of nifty. Okay. That's pretty good. I would love to see that drawing. That sounds cute. Let's see, racist. This is some good music, actually. Wow. And I like that it's instrumental. Ooh, I'm too... Is this too big? Maybe shrink it a bit and move it up some. That's a nice thing about digital art. If you make something too big, then you can still fix it by... in fact, I'm going to move it over to the side some too. You can fix it by just digital tools. And I really like that about digital. I mean, traditional's fine too. I've done a lot of traditional art thanks to that one class where I had to do 100 art pieces for an entire semester. That was a lot of work. That was so much work. But I did it. And it turned out good. People liked it. I liked it. That's important. That's definitely an important thing, is that I liked it. And so, yeah. I think I might just have... something like that. Maybe it needs to go a little lower. Let's see. Something like this. Yeah, that looks more right. So they do have non-instrumental songs. That's good to know. Whoops, that's my eraser. Let's see. This is heavy. Maybe I should switch it to rock. This might be too heavy. I usually listen to like the lighter side of metal and the heavier side of rock. This is a little heavy for me. Where's rock? Maybe rock will be more what I'm looking for. I have to keep taking my keyboard into my lap whenever I want to do anything with the computer, because I have the iPad right where the keyboard would normally be. I don't have a keyboard tray. I just have a desk that's basically a table, which is awkward. Let's see. Shrink it just a tad more. Oh, this is a nice song. I like this song. Get out of the way, notification. I probably should have turned on like a do not disturb or something while I was doing this. Well, I think I have one set. Maybe? Maybe I didn't. Yeah, this is good. This is good music. I like this. You see the pose now? Nice, nice. That's great. Damn it. Notifications constantly. Whoops. Okay. Editing this is going to be a pain, editing those things out. But that's fine. That's fine. That's just all part of the being a creator, right? Sometimes you have to edit things. Even if it's annoying to edit. I have to remember how to use Premiere Pro. I don't use it enough to actually have it like memorized. Something like that for the moment. That foot looks too big. Maybe squish it in a little. That looks a little better, I think. I have trouble with feet and hands. And it really sucks because I like hands. I like hands, but I have trouble drawing them. So let's see. Something like this. And I'm probably gonna have to shrink the drawing some more now again because I need room for the prince and his Katamari. This music. I picked the right station finally. First station was too chill, second station was too unchill, and this is like perfect. I like this. I've got about the music. I cannot tell you the opinions about the music. That's great. Okay. We gotta... fix this. Maybe? Oh, okay, I see what I need to do. Or at least I need to do that with shading. How do I represent that? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. That's a problem for future me. Can I foreshorten the left leg? I am doing my best to figure out how. Based on what I'm seeing with... I got a 3D model representation to reference. And I'm just trying to figure out how it's challenging. Foreshortening is very, very difficult. It's not something I have much skill with, but I'm trying. What can I do here to fix this? If I just take out those and look for a moment. Because like this area here is the bottom of the leg. And this is like the thigh. This whole area is like the thigh here. So... maybe a little bit like that. Scribble with low opacity and let my eye find the correct line. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Because we got... well... okay, I don't know how to make a light line apparently. Let's see, if I do it like that. Because this is sort of where our knee is here. Or maybe our knee's a little further up. So then you got what you need to do. That's bad. That's bad. That's great. I think part of this is going to have to be done with line work, and part of it's going to have to be done with shading. I love seeing great hand anatomy. It's lovely to see. I might leave some of these marks in as guides for I wonder if I just... What if I adjusted the position of the leg some to make it easier? What if I brought the knee down? Bring this up some. What if I brought the knee just down all the way? Kind of... sidestep the problem. So if like the knee was in here... No, you don't want that? You want me to give it a try? You want me to give it a try? I can always undo. That's cheating? Okay, okay, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. We'll give the hard way a try. Let's see, something like that? That's where we were? That's where we were before. Still looks weird. I wonder if I'm, maybe something more like that. That's cheating. Yes, you can cheat in art though. It's allowed. You are allowed to cheat in art. Oh, that's not an eraser. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. We still have, that's not lined up at all. How are we looking overall anatomy? Oh, wow, I really shrunk the... What is going on with that leg? That leg is too thick. Hard to see these things when you're zoomed way up close. That's a little better. Still gonna point at it. Well, I'll give it a try. I'll give this harder pose a try. We'll see how it works out. We also have the hand. The arm actually needs to be moved some. Something like that. Because we want to then up here oh, this is going to be hard for me to see, to erase, but let's just shrink this down, zoom in some. We got the roughest shape of a hand. Yeah, that's actually not horrible. It's not horrible. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible. Let's see, what if I... Yeah, let's just erase stuff in here. Why is the song telling me to sleep? If you still go back to hiding it, that's fine. Hands are tough. Hands are tough. Okay. We need to get in. I actually need reference from my Discord. I have reference of the character there. I guess I could sort of look at myself, but I'm not big enough. I need bigger reference. Bigger reference. The biggest reference. Not that one. This one? So the eyes are kind of like... Let's actually thin this down some. Wow, this music is not what I would usually listen to. I like the sleepy music a bit more. We might go back to it, honestly, at some point. Not quite the same. It's hard for me to match eyes. I think this needs to be wider. And therefore brought over a bit more. Something like that. Oh, but I had her looking down. Shit. Shit. I forgot about all that. Where's an eraser? So she should be, her eye line should be more like... Something like this, maybe? Hey, let's try the chilled electronic again, because this isn't working out as well as I was hoping. Okay. Because she should be looking down. I guess the pose, I forgot to save that. Broad genre. Yeah, it really is a broad genre. Just saying, hey, it's rock is... I want, like, industrial. This sounds good, though. Yeah, this is nice. I like this. Industrial is your jam. I like German industrial too. That's good. Or at least from what little I've heard of it. I haven't heard a lot. Rammstein's obviously the biggest, the one I'm most familiar with. Yeah, this is good music too. I don't like what I did with that. There, make it a little longer. Nope, that's still not. Yeah, okay. How to eye? How to eye? That is the question. How do I eye? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Something like that. Yeah, that's better. Set, make it a little bigger. To match the other eye. Lower it down a bit too. There we go. And then we can get rid of some of this. Okay, switch over to green, new layer, and bring up my reference of her outfit. Her outfit's so complicated. Lower, I think? Lower for what? The notifications, what? Oh, the eye? Yeah, maybe it needs to be a little lower. It does look a little higher still. Maybe it needs to be a little bigger too. Let's see. It's like I'm drawing her in a. It looks like I'm drawing her in a supervillain outfit right now. Okay, and then this part goes here. I chose to draw my character because her outfit's complicated, and I knew it would take me some time to draw. And so I'm just like, that seems like a good idea. Have something that'll take a while. Fill the time. It's always a good idea, right? Have something to take up time when you're doing a stream. You want things to last a while. Not quite that far, actually. But maybe a little further out. I think, if I remember right, last time, my last art stream was working on a, comic. Yeah, the comic, and I only did just the inking of it. So this will be the first time that you've seen one like from scratch to finish. So you can sort of see how I work. Which I think is neat. It's also a little scary. It's a little scary, I have to admit. Because, you know, I'm putting myself out there like this, and that's definitely a little scary. But so is game streaming. Game streaming's a little scary too. Oh, these don't connect. Okay. They go down like this. Yeah. And then do like this. And they go like this. Clothes are tough. And I still don't know how to do clothing folds, really. Yeah, this has a lot of layers, doesn't it? So she's kind of angled, so we'll sort of angle her shirt like that. Folds are so tough. I don't understand how they work. I really don't. Wait a minute. Undo that. What am I doing here? So she's like... Yeah, so it probably would sort of like crunch in like that, wouldn't it? And this one would just be a little straighter. I should get some water. Okay. So we got that going. We need, let's sort of... This is actually in the wrong spot, but this one's not. Okay. So let's erase this. You have a reputation for shouting at people to draw, especially... No! That sounds terrifying. Okay, something like that. And then we get our... the black part of our jacket. Oh, this song sounds so pretty. Maybe it was aggressive support. But you got a lot of people to draw. Cool. Well done. Let's see. We also have the necklace to draw in. There we go. And we can erase this part. Oh, there's a black line around the top there? Oh, I didn't know that. Whoops, that's the eraser still. I don't think I've drawn that before. That sounds like fun, Pug. That sounds like fun. Okay. fill in that gap just because it's gonna bug me. And then we have so let's see. Oh, okay. I see what I'm doing. This song is really pretty. I love this song. Okay. So we got that's the black lines. What else do we need? We need... Wait, why did I draw it like that? We need these, except they don't go down that far. They go down to about here. I'm hearing from the music is rhythmic peeping. Whoops. Okay. Oh, that's too far. Okay. And then we have the buttons, which start around here. Something like that. Down for reggae. I don't know if they have reggae, do they? Oh yeah, they do. After this song. We'll give that a try. I can't guarantee it'll stay on though. I don't know if I like it. But we'll give it a try. Okay. So she's got a pocket in here. With little boxes beneath it, little studs. Yeah, we'll give it a try. I'm open to things. Okay, so we're gonna fit like 2 of them in there. I'll skip that part, but let's see, let's go over to here. We're gonna get like part of a cat. And then we'll get those. Get those. Probably won't put the letters on them, but that's okay. Oh yeah, song's over. Let's give it a try. Wait, what? I just look up and it's like, when was the last time you saw somebody eating a monkey? And I had to just process chat in reverse to see what was going on there. Oh no. That was confusing to look at. That was very confusing to look at. Funny, but confusing. Clip. Please clip it. Well, I don't know how. I am busy drawing. I am busy drawing. Clipping is other people's responsibility. No, that doesn't look right. Let's see. Something like that. Okay. What the hell is her belly button? Here? Okay, we got her shirt done. She's gotta have shorts as well. So we'll do it at the end. I don't know much about clipping either. What's involved with it or anything? Because I haven't really clipped things much. In my life, so. Okay, what the heck am I doing with this portion here? So you should have... Follow the curve of her leg. Something like that? I love the decorations I have. The chair and the iPad, those are so nice. Radial curve? What's that? Dang it. I feel like I should know. I feel like I should know. Whoops. Like it's a cylinder, the radius of the cylinder. Ah. Let's see, wait. So that's where she has... I think I get what you're saying. Because we'd still see... Prior experience of clipping for me is having Twitch crash on me. Yeah, you seem to have had a lot of trouble with getting clips, I've noticed. Which is so unfortunate. It's like Twitch, you need to work better. So yeah, because it's a cylinder. I see what you mean, I think. Is that more like what you were talking about, Pug? Hungry for my sorrow. No! Twitch, why would you do this? You got a clip? Yeah, but that would cost Daddy Bezos money. No. I can't believe I read those words with my own mouth. And eyes. Why would I do this to myself? Speaking of which, we need to put on her, bracelets. Yeah, I can't believe he's shutting down Amazon Smile. Like, what the hell? Okay, so that's the bracelets on that arm. Like, here's some good. Goodbye, Amazon. You will be hardly missed. Except, I want my order from them before they shut down. I had to order a bone folder, and I never knew what a bone folder was until this week. So I learned what a bone folder is this week. He's full bones. No, no, no. It's not for folding bones. It's for folding paper. Also used in like bookbinding and things like that. Actually, I want that to fall differently. Fall like that. Yeah. So wait a minute. Where's my reference again? I feel like... Why'd the music stop? Oh, it's switching songs? Okay. I was like, why'd the music stop? Get off my screen, please. All these notifications. I thought Do Not Disturb was supposed to be no notifications, and I swear I'm in Do Not Disturb. Okay, so let's see. Actually, we need something more like that. But maybe a little further up. Something like this. There we go. Ah. Why is drawing difficult? Why must drawing be made of difficult? Oh God. Do I draw her in shoes? I have reference of her shoes, sorta. Or do I just leave her barefoot out of pure, sheer terror? let's see. I need another reference because I don't remember exactly how he looks. Okay, so we got a little dude here.
Ella quiere que le cante, lo que le gustó fue el flow de Gantel, que le puse los perreos clásicos de antes, que no ronco mucho pero soy interesante, lo que sea no dudo que aguante, quiere que le cante, lo que le gustó fue el flow de Gantel, que le puse los perreos clásicos de antes, que no ronco mucho pero soy interesante, lo que sea no dudo que aguante, engancho como mi guante, baby yo no tengo contrincante, ando arrebatado en el volante.
Small prince. Yep, he's got to be small. Because he's the tiniest of princes.
Te quiero al frente, mi en pose. Yo bañándote con la de roce. Hoy te quiero dar pa' que lo goce. Que quique con el beat te lo roce. Dime tu baby qué vamos a hacer. Tú sabes ya lo que va a pasar. Dejaste tu perfume en mi piel. Ella quiere que le cante. Lo que le gustó fue el flow de Gantel. Que le puse los perreos clásicos de antes. Que no ronco mucho pero soy interesante. Lo que sea no dudo que aguante. Quiere que le cante. Lo que le gustó fue el flow de Gantel. Que le puse los perreos clásicos de antes. Que no ronco mucho pero soy interesante. Lo que sea no dudo que aguante. Quiero que ella mueva su cuerpo. Ella es mi gata Gantel. Qué rico sentirte por dentro. Qué rico cuando me besaste más. Quiero que ella mueva su cuerpo.
A little Katamari.
Es mi gata Gantel. Qué rico sentirte por dentro. Qué rico cuando me besaste más.
Apaga la luz, vamos a hacerlo en mi casa y ya te conozco muy bien. Y sé que si le echas ganas,
He's got a little Katamari.
y no sé qué hacer para conquistarte. Y un beso al amanecer y vamos a coger.
Wait, what?
La noche es joven y nunca termina el pisto. Quieres saber todos mis secretos y no sabe que me gusta ese beso. Vamos a coger.
Okay.
La noche es joven y nunca termina el pisto. Quieres saber todos mis secretos y no sabe que me gusta ese beso. Si me dice que sí, yo voy. Súbete a mi ring por hoy. Tienes un superpoder, aprovechalo bien. Y me llamas esta noche como a las 6. Si me dice que sí, yo voy. Súbete a mi ring por hoy. Tienes un superpoder.
Oh, he has an antenna thing too.
Y me llamas esta noche como a las 6.
Cool.
Y nos vamos para el aeropuerto. Pasemos allá unos días. Tú no digas nada.
Little Katamari.
Que tenemos para beber y darle al amanecer.
Okay, if I'm gonna put shoes on her.
Me da placer.
Let's get back to my reference then. I'm not good at drawing shoes either. Scarf or headphones? Ah! I should give him the headphones. Let's do that in a different layer just so that it stands out.
Y si vemos a tu ex, yo te
got the headphones. You know what? He's got the scarf too. He gets both. Okay, we can go back to the green layer now.
Vamos a hacerlo en mi casa y ya te conozco muy bien. Y sé que si le echas ganas, quiero conocerte. Y no sé qué hacer para conquistarte. Y un beso al amanecer. This is embrace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sin Cali, un TV. Apaga la luz. Vamos a hacerlo en mi cama. Ja. Somos románticos.
Soy el frío que recorre tu cuerpo, el tiempo que te pasa
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
hacerlo, el viento que se llevó este cuento. Sé que soy medio loco y lo siento, pero no conozco otra forma de ser yo. Espero que te encuentres bien, y si
What am I doing here?
Y si soy sincero te quiero decir que extraño las noches que dormí. Entre medio de tus piernas me envolví. Soy eterno como el tiempo que los dos pasamos aquí. Baby, you don't know what I can feel. Entre humo te vi caminar descalzo. Entre copas conocí más de tu piel. Sé que en esto nos saltamos varios pasos, pero
Yeah, that'll work, I guess.
igual con él. Ya estoy cansado de que todo me dé.
I'm trying to pose and I don't really know what I'm doing. It's a hard pose. It's a hard pose.
Sabemos que no afecta. Dame un poquito de ti. Pronto ya debo partir. Dame un poquito de ti. Pronto ya debo partir. Y si no vuelvo ya me despedí. Soy el fuego que te quema por dentro. Los dedos que te recorren lento. Si preguntan diré que es un acierto haberte encontrado y perdido al mismo tiempo. Sé que no puedo decir más, pero a todo esto sé que no encontrarás esa misma forma en que este tonto te da todo lo que quiere y hasta sin preguntar. Y es que te conozco.
Her shoe's complicated.
Me piensa cuando está de par y te tienta llamarme y pasarte de lista, que te cante al oído y a la misma vez te evita. Shorty, yo sé bien que si nos vamos no vas a volver y tú también. Así que dame un poquito de ti.
Her shoe is very complicated. I didn't realize how complicated it was until I decided to like look really close at it.
Fetiek con Leon Gale. Aunque llegue la dificultad tenemos luz. No hay sombra ni variación porque tengo a Jesús. Una paz que sobrepasa cualquier cosa. Con Dios tengo una vida maravillosa. No sé, debes
I'm gonna say that's good enough for that.
debes resplandecer. Alumbrando debes recorrer el mundo entero, nunca retroceder. Tienes que ser una lámpara encendida para alumbrar todas las vidas perdidas. Así como en ti y oscuro las heridas, debes proclamar que en él hay vida. Sigue hacia el frente, no mires al pasado.
I think the shoe's angle is kind of wrong, but maybe her foot's just at a different angle. That's what I'm gonna say. Her foot's at just a different angle. That's fine. It's kind of a pretty song. Something like this. See how it looks if I select and flip it. Yeah, I can flip things. So see if how just the shoe looks. Let's see, how do I flip again? I go under this tool. So I can flip horizontal. I can flip vertical. I think it looks fine. It just doesn't go quite with the way her foot was drawn, but it just means that her foot's in a different position now. Vertical flip. Is there an option to mirror the whole canvas? Yes. If I whoops, undo that, undo that, undo that. Okay, maybe there's... Is there? Because this is just for the layer. I think I would have to flip each layer individually. Oh no, never mind, here we go. I can flip the canvas horizontally, or I could flip it vertically. The shoe upside down looked better to you? Oh no. It's like if I flip this vertical. Okay, I see some problems with it. Yeah. I see some problems with it. I'll have to fix that. I don't know how I missed that, but looking at it at a different angle definitely helped. Thank you. Yeah, what am I doing with this? Can I just rotate the whole thing and just say her foot's more like this? And then just cut off the parts that are covered by the leg up here. Nothing says I can't. There's no rules.
A cualquier hora que le voy a caer. Esta es la primera de la última vez. Una noche más, mami te pido una noche más. Solo tú y yo, haciéndote el amor, quemando de la flor, me hace falta tu calor.
Una noche más, mami te pido una noche más. Solo tú y yo, haciéndote el amor, quemando de la flor.
That's probably better. That's probably better. Got her foot actually going into the shoe properly. Whoops. I don't know how I messed that up so badly, but whatever. Okay. And then we have her laces.
Y yo haciéndote cosas que nunca debí. Dime si tú también tienes ganas de volverla a visitar mi cama. Un par de pofos y se le olvida lo de niña sana. Y hacemos cosas que no son de pana. Una noche más, mami, te pido una noche más. Solo tú y yo, haciéndote el amor, quemando de la flor, me hace falta tu calor. Una noche más, mami, te pido una noche más. Solo tú y yo, haciéndote el amor, quemando de la flor, me hace falta tu calor. Poder de amor, indicando Warner, gallo de producer.
I don't know. Let's get her hair in. I actually have to use my live model as a reference for this one.
Hey, baby, en esto del amor hay de complicaciones, problemas sin soluciones. Yo solo quiero que me escuches.
So let's see. Oh, and she needs her glasses. She needs her glasses. Let's get those in first. Let's see. Let's get a bigger view of her glasses. There we go. That looks so weird. I'm staring at myself. A self-portrait, yes. Glasses though. I forgot about glasses. This is for being a narcissist else. It feels weird just seeing my face blown up on the screen. I've got it on my main monitor, so it's like 27 inches of face. It's actually like, oh my god, it's like she's life size. Kind of, almost, a little bigger. It's a little scary. Oh, I like the way the left looks better than the right. Let's try the right again. Yeah, that's better. I like that better. Okay, and then we have... We have the outside frame. There we go. Glasses! What's with the laughter? Glasses are hard to draw. So then what we're actually going to do is a new layer for the hair. I was like, why do I already have stuff on the purple layer? It's because I have the King's accessories. 27 inches of face? Oh, okay. I have context now. Okay, let's see. So hair goes... Oh, this actually needs to be... This is why I'm doing it on this layer. There we go, something like that. And then that. So that we can do this. No, that needs to be thinner. And then we get to go up here. Okay, cool. And we have to get her ears in, and we have to get her little pigtails in. And then that'll be the sketch, pretty much. And that'll have taken us about an hour and a half. Okay. Well, inking should go a lot quicker, because it's tracing. And then coloring will go fairly quick because I can do flood fills. Shading, I may not get to today. Okay, so ears. Actually, they're higher. Okay. And then you have a mark here and a mark here. Nope. I can get this. I'll get this eventually. That's close enough. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay. They're not perfect, but whatever is, right? Okay, and then her little pigtails. I think that's about right. It's good enough. Wait, why didn't that draw? There we go. There we go. Little pigtails. This is what we're looking at. We've got this going here. And now it's time to trace. To ink, I should say. Okay. I almost want to try a different brush because syrup is kind of weird feeling for me lately. Let's undo that and figure out what the heck that was about. Okay, definitely not this brush. This brush is a bad brush. Bakersville? Bakersville might work. Okay, but more water first. More water. Yeah, this seems like a nice brush, so we'll see how it goes. Something a little smoother there. Gotta learn how to use the brush. It has a lot of smoothing to it, I'm noticing. The glasses go in front of the hair. I'm gonna have to erase. Yeah, that's a lot of correction it's got going with it. But if I move slow enough... If I move slow enough, it should be fine. I want a thicker line here. Come on. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna bring us to... What is this station like? While we ink. You know what would probably help is if I got out my tablet glove. That'd help keep my hand from sticking to the tablet screen. I haven't used this in a while, so let's see. How does it work again? Okay, it goes like this. Yeah. There we go. Now my hand moves smoothly across. Oh no. You're just so dry. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that feels a lot better now. Moving like that. I don't know if I'll stick to the station, but we'll see. My fingers feel weird in the glove. I'm not used to wearing it. Okay. But it's helping. It's definitely helping. So it's like, I'm not going to take the thing off now. I don't want to be sticking to my screen. Okay. Those look good. This brush is going to take some getting used to, but I think I like it. Did my teachers ever tell me to pay attention to negative space? Yes, they did. Do I? Probably not. Not intentionally, at least. Or at least not consciously. Maybe I do subconsciously. But I have a lot of negative space going on here. We'll probably crop this down some. Okay, doing circles is a little rough. Okay. I'll just do that, fill that all in. Oh, the piano's nice. Bring back the piano song. You don't know what they mean? Well, I think in this case, like, the negative space in here is just all the space around her. It's a space where you don't have anything else. What do you want you to do with it? They want you to balance it. They want you to balance it, I think. They don't want you to have too much negative space in one area, or it unbalances an image. So, like, this area here, right here, is going to have a lot of negative space in it that I'm just not going to easily balance out. But I also don't care. I don't care. So I think that's okay. My goal was to make a specific drawing, and I'm doing it. And I'm succeeding. And I call that a win. That's a win to me. If you set out to do something and you succeed at it, that's a win. It's happy being negative. Let it be. It's doing its best. It's doing its best job. Don't be mean to it. After all it's been through, or not been through because it's negative space and so it hasn't had anything happen to it. Well, I guess that's not true. If I filled in the background with like black, that would still be negative space. But it would have had something done to it. So negative space can have stuff done to it. Okay, good. That landed exactly where I needed it to. Okay. That worked out pretty well. There we go. This is a weird song. That house is his day job. Yep, that's his day job. House. Maybe make that not quite as straight of a line. There we go. We get it, guy. You play house. The guy plays house. And we all know it. I desperately want to, like, Control S this to save it, but it just auto-saves. There is no Control S here. It's not on a computer. So it's like, I can't do that, but I want to save it. I don't want to lose my progress, but it's already been saved. Every time I do something, it's saved. A phantom save function does nothing but makes you feel safe. Yeah. Scrivener, a manuscript writing software, does that. It saves all the time, but it does have a save function that you can just use whenever. I'm pretty sure it does save when you use that, but it makes you feel better even though you don't have to do it. And it just makes you feel secure. Is that gonna just sit there forever? Twitch, too many people are doing things. I gotta see if I can get notifications turned off for the next time I do this, 'cause that's annoying. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? I am here. I'm glad I picked this glove up. I'm glad I found this glove. I lost it, and it turned out it was in my backpack for like ever. And I just didn't know I had put it in my backpack. And so I discovered it like a couple days ago. I should have been using it all day today, but I didn't think about it. Best thing is, I didn't know it was lost. I had forgotten about its existence entirely. So I wasn't even like upset that it was gone because I didn't know it was gone because I didn't know I owned it. That's just so bad. Like, I should know that I have stuff, but I forget that I have stuff. I forget stuff of mine that I have. And even if I do remember I have it, I don't always remember where it is. Like, I was looking for an X-Acto Blade set. Because I wasn't sure where it was. And I found it, thankfully. But it wasn't in the spot that I was initially thinking it was. And I need it for a class, so it was very important to find. Speaking of which, I have done the first week of classes. First week of classes is done. How's the first week? I wasn't even looking at chat. It was just on my mind. Yeah. So I'm taking a couple classes. One of them is graphic design for artists, focusing on text. And it seems like it's going to be interesting, but hard, which is pretty much what I expected. It's the one that needs the bone folder. I don't know why it needs a bone folder, because we're working on computers mostly. But we need a bone folder. And we need X-Acto knives. And so I guess we're going to be working with paper at some point. Did I get all that? Yeah. Oh, I missed the line up here, though. And then my interdisciplinary arts class is weird, harder than I expected. It's harder than I expected. I think it's gonna go fine, but it's not at all what I expected. It's not at all what I expected. I expected something. I expected an easy class, and instead we've done like performance art and everything. And one of my assignments is I have to write a four stanza Pantun, I think it was, or Pantoum poem. And I don't know what kind of poem that is, so I'm gonna have to learn. And yeah, that's a thing that we have to do. Don't erase, please. You're supposed to be on draw. And that's just part of our homework for the week. I also have a bunch of readings to do, and I have A discussion post to post. Not a poem. Not Pantaloon. Not Pantaloon. It's a... Come on, what is it? It's a Pantome. Or Pantome? Something like that. It is... Where's my keyboard? Nope, my keyboard's falling. My keyboard's falling. Okay. It's that. I have no clue. I have no clue what it is. But yes. That's what we have to do. A 4-stanza, one of those. Maybe I should start this out further to match the other one. No clue, but if that is the case, that's interesting. I'm liking this music. This is good music. Ah, there's still so much more to ink. Why would I do this to myself? It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Actually, let's do it more like... Speedrun. I can't speedrun art. Speedrunning's art is hard. Just put the video on like one. Yes, I'll just speed up the video. That's how it works, right? Hey, it's the little prince. He looks so cute there. Let's draw the Katamari. That's looking good. I'll have to erase a bit in this one. That didn't connect very well. There we go. I have to erase some in this one too. Really? Okay. Line 3, eh? No, that's okay. Take your interest wherever it goes. You're learning things. Okay. The prince has a weird shaped head. But that's okay. There, I got a little smile on him. Whoops, not the eraser. Come on, back to the pen. Just gotta get his body, well, his outfit. Did you use reference? Reference, very helpful. I found reference and it helped me a lot. I don't think I could have done it from memory. Use a little bit of reference. Reference is good. Reference is important. It's very useful to have reference. Okay, let's see. Okay. We're getting places, we're getting places. I think we just have the shoes left and a little bit of thigh here. Okay. And we're almost 2 hours in. Not bad, not bad. They still looked wrong. That's unfortunate. But he's a oddly shaped character. Okay. Now I gotta figure out what all these lines mean again. If nothing else, the smoothing is helping me keep my lines smoother, so that's nice, because I have a bit of a shaky hand, especially my right hand, and I'm right-handed, which makes it a little awkward for drawing if I have a shaky hand. I think it's an anxiety issue. Because my hand can be like shaky even just doing nothing. Thank you. The smoothing is definitely helping me. I just have to be careful I don't go too fast with this, because the smoothing will mess up things if I go too fast. There we go. It's one shoe down, one shoe to go. And then we get to color it. And I look forward to coloring it. Coloring's probably one of the more fun parts of drawing. Shading, on the other hand, shading is still kind of a pain for me. It's just because I'm not confident in shading, I think, is the problem. And confidence goes a long way to making you feel like you're able to do something. Confidence is key, basically. Wouldn't she like to know? That's funny. Is that everything? Looks like it. Okay, cool, cool. Let's start creating layers for colors. And let's pull up my palette that I have for her. Where is it? There it is. And then we set this as a reference layer. And then we can just drag and drop colors. As long as our lines are closed properly. Okay, I think that gets all of her skin. Wait, one line missing where? Oh, I do see a line that I need to erase. He said on the back of the leg, one line missing. Thigh doesn't join up. Are we talking on her left leg? Where am I missing a line? Because we got it connected there and there on the back of the leg. Whoops. That's her leg rest. I'll put it in Discord. Okay. That'll help. That'll help. Because I am blind right now. I am utterly blind. I do feel like I'm missing a line in here, but I didn't have anything in there. It just looks weird. I wonder if that would help any. Not sure. Oh. Oh. God, I am blind. I was misinterpreting that line. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. That should be... Yes. You're right. Let's go back to our color layer then. Or our skin layer. Because I need to... I erased a little bit here, so I need to drop that in. We can turn off these layers again. Thank you for that, Pug. Okay. I think I got... Nope, I'm missing a bit of skin here. Okay. So that takes care of that. I think this is her hair. I wish I could label these colors. Oh, there's another skin bit that I missed. I always miss little bits here and there. We'll color that in too. Actually, we'll switch over to syrup for hand coloring like that, because it just works better. It doesn't have all the corrections to it. This music's great. Okay, I think this is the ears. This is a cute song. Okay, we got those. Let's see. I need to reference her jacket again. This part's blue. Blue there. Here as well. Okay. Tan for the jacket. Oh. Don't do that part. Okay. And then her upper bracelets are the same color. Oh, I see some skin I missed. And a line or two that needs to be erased. Okay, let's fix those. There we go. Oh, wait. That's what it should be. Should be something like that, and then maybe those lines were correct. Okay. Nonetheless, we need to put skin in here before I forget. And then we go to our blue layer and fill in the blue bracelets. Tan layer. Fill in these. Her shirt is purple, or her undershirt is purple. Let's actually change the background color to... Sure, that'll work. It's a little blinding though. Maybe like that, yeah. Okay. And now let's make a layer for the white parts of her clothes. Not what I wanted. I'm gonna have to color in a bit of the blue area too. It didn't fill all the way properly. Nope. Go back to blue layer. And these are blue and white. Well, silvery, but I'm gonna make them white. I think that'll work out well. And this part's white. This part's white. And then we have the black areas. So your eyebrows are sort of like... Or, not eyebrows. Speaking of which, I need to draw an eyebrow. Okay. We'll fix that in a bit. But these parts here, they're more so... like this. Let's get an eyebrow drawn in. Let's actually change back to Baskerville. Close enough. I see more skin we need to fill in. More hair we need to fill in. The fill isn't perfect, but it does a pretty good job. I think these are the glasses. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, what else do we have? We have the shorts to take care of. Oh, and we have some skin here too that I completely missed. I was like, that's just part of the prints, but it's not. That's just headphones. Okay. Let's see. This one is. Back to syrup. Size syrup down a little further though. Okay, we got our necklace taken care of. Shorts. Why did I do the necklace on the skin layer? Oh no. Oh well. Okay. Oh well. No one will know. No one will know. Luckily, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then the belt is white. Okay, we gotta get the shoes now. So those are the white spots there. And here, I think. Let's see. Sure. We'll go with that. And then it has some tan as well. And let's see. I think that fills in all the gaps. This is our white layer. Not what I wanted to color. I think I'll just color these black. And then go back to the white layer because I missed a piece. Oh, and there's some skin I missed too. Good thing I was zoomed in there. Can't believe they make you drag it every time. It's okay, it's okay. But it would be nice if I could like drag once and then just tap. And tan, and then... Okay. So we have a black layer here. Oh, you can choose continue filling? Really? Cool. They do let you, it looks like. You just have to tap a thing before it goes away. Well, I learned something today. Let's see. Continue filling. Oh, that's so much faster. That wasn't some veiled hint. No, that's okay. That's okay. I've never seen that before, and it's probably been there the entire time. I mean, almost certainly been there the entire time. But I'm blind. Okay, that's the shoes. The prince is made of like greens. Let's see. And then it's a much lighter green for a strip. Let's actually make the strip just a little bigger than necessary so that I can eat into it some. With the next green, which is sort of maybe this color? Nope, that's too much like the other green. Maybe it's more like this. And then we're just going to do the princess colors all in one layer. His scarf was blue, so let's just make it this blue. And if I remember right, the headphones were... yeah, let's give him skin. That's not quite right. Needs to be a little more saturated, a little lighter. Yeah, something like that. And then he has yellow for his antenna. And also a little bit of yellow around the face. And then it's a reddish color, reddish orange for this part up here. Maybe a bit lighter. And then I think it was black for the headphones, so we'll just do black for the headphones. And his Katamari will be Starbriar colors. So we'll make it blue, purple, and then white. I think that's a good combo of colors for like what my outfit has in it. I mean, tan is, I guess, another color in there too. Whoops. No, wait, that's right. But I didn't want to drop it into that or that one. Okay. Drop it into here, continue filling here, here. Yes. Okay. Oh, there was supposed to be a belt loop in here that I never belt hole that I never put in. Okay, cool, we got that. And then we gotta get her eyes. So eyes, and then whites of eyes. Wait, I am doing this on the right side, right? Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Well, I'm thinking about it. Let's get this spot filled in. We can go back to the eyes and get the blue eye. Hey! Welcome aboard, Loki. Oh wow, we're 2.5 hours in. Okay, we got the light part, dark part, and then the pupil. Now I need the whites. I stay at work longer. Aww. Only way to apologize. That's great. That's something I probably should have done ages ago, but whatever. No, make that in an arc. There we go. Gotta turn off reference for that. Oh, because of the curve, right. It's got a curve. No, we're just on a hill. We're just on a hill. That's it. We're just on a hill. Draw a tiny mountain. Tiny mountain. Tiny mountain. Don't expect the mountain to look good. I'm not good at geography? Landscapes? We got a little mountain. Now, is the mountain really far away? Or are we just really, really big? Leave that to the imagination. Hi, Fancy Flugel. Okay. I think I'm... Ow. Ow, my wrist. Okay, definitely, yep. Ow, my wrist. I'm gonna leave it here. This is where it's gonna end. This is the end of the drawing. Ow, my wrist. I popped my fingers and hurt my wrist. And that was not very smart. So, yeah, that was smooth of me. That was smooth of me. Pop my hands and do something to my wrist that was not happy. It only hurts a little, but yeah, I gotta be careful. So yeah, I did a thing. Yeah, good time to break it. I didn't break my wrist. I didn't break my wrist. Not at all. I just temporarily made it hurt. So yeah, we got ourselves Me and the prince. So thank you everybody for joining me. It was a fun time to draw. And let's see. On Sunday we're doing Mercenary Kings. I have been working my wrist real hard with this drawing. Sunday we have Mercenary Kings, and then next Friday we should be doing Origami with my friend. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and I'll, that's why I don't have hand tracking. I don't have it plugged in. I'll see you next time. Yeah, it's going to be a co-op stream. I'll be the only one streaming, but she'll be on voice, so bye-bye, everyone.